Do you see that? This is a volcanic eruption and it's happening right now. What's up guys, I am Abu from around the good world, and the last 2.5 years I'm traveling around the world. I was in Mexico for 6 months and the last days I crossed the border to Guatemala. Right now I'm in the colonial and very beautiful city of Antigua. And I have a plan. One of the next days I'm gonna hike up on these badass looking active volcanoes. This is Volcano ACATENANGO, which is actually the one that you climb on it, and you can see from a super close range this guy right here, which is the almighty Fuego that is spitting hot lava all over the place. Needless to say here, I'm so excited for it. All around the city of Antigua there are plenty more volcanoes, and this one that you can clearly see here is Agua. If you're also planning on hiking the Volcano ACATENANGO, let me give you a heads up here. The first thing you're gonna definitely need is a guide to take you up to the summit. There are plenty of options and the prices vary a lot, depending on how you wanna do it. If you're staying at the hostel, just ask at the reception. The majority of the hostels here in Antigua offer this tour and it's relatively cheap. Here I can suggest you to come to Capitan Tom's hostel, which they offer this tour for 130 quetzales or approximately $16 per person. Another option you have is to go around the city and search for an organized tour from a tour operator. I wouldn't suggest this option because it will be probably more expensive and pretty more crowded. If you feel a bit more adventurous here, you can go by yourselves to the closest village to the volcano. It is called Olotenango, and there you can find a local guide that can take you up. Most probably you will have to spend the night there in your tent or in the house of your guide, and really early next morning you will start for your hike. I strongly suggest this option because if you're 2 or more people you will share the cost of the guide, and at the same time your money will go directly into the local community. So these are your options for hiking one of the most spectacular volcanoes in the world.
No, there's one more option.
There's one more option. Okay, apparently there is another way to get up on the volcano, and this is to do it by yourself. And this is the way I'm going to do it anyway. Seriously now, I have to strongly advise you here, never ever hike the Volcano ACATENANGO by yourself. It's super dangerous, and in rare occasions people have actually died up there. Never ever do it by yourselves. But don't worry about me, because the fact that you're watching this video right now means that I survived the hike. Now let's go and check what you're gonna need to go up on the volcano. First things first, you're gonna need a tent, a mattress, a sleeping bag, which is in here, 3 meals of food, nuts, chocolate. And 3 to 4 liters of water are going to be sufficient for you. These are the absolute basic things you need because you're gonna camp up there and then the next morning you're gonna go and summit. By the way, do you like my new look on my hair? Just write at the comments below. The rest of the things are jacket, a pair of hiking pants and a pair of normal pants to sleep, rain gear, preferably 2 sweaters, t-shirts, underwear and socks, hat, gloves, more gloves, a cap, full face, a pair of thermal clothes and a pillow to sleep comfortably. As for your gadgets, you're gonna need a flashlight, your mobile and a power bank to fill it up. More or less that's it. Try to keep yourself warm because you're gonna be at 4,000 meter altitude, and don't forget to enjoy the eruptions of Fuego. Now it's time for me to go and rest because tomorrow is gonna be a big day. After we left the hostel, we went right to the bus terminal. Over there, after 10 minutes of asking information how to get to ACATENANGO, we found a bus that would take us to Paramos for just 3 quetzales. And we just got in. Vamos a Paramos. At the pueblo of Paramos, we waited for a colectivo. When it arrived, we loaded our stuff on it and we started for the entrance of the volcano. The route was completely gorgeous, with the view of the almighty ACATENANGO. At some point, the minibus left us right at the start of the path. We knew that shit's about to be real. We've started hiking up and I have one thing to say. It's steep. After some meters on the path, we met Jorge, who suggested us not to pay the entrance fee when we arrive at the point. Pit stop. I'm seriously walking into Mordor and I'm waiting to see Sauron from time to time. Just a bit later, we arrived at this wooden house that we were supposed to pay along with the tours. There, very consistent and at the same time very politely, we refused to pay the entrance fee. After a small break, I think we're gonna continue.
And slowly we continued through the crowd.
The stairway to heaven. I'm listening to voices and music, so I guess we're getting closer to the camping spot. Or I'm just listening to voices. It's steep, it's hard, it's tough. But the good news is that we're only 500 meters away from the camping spot. Woohoo! 500 meters my ass. This is the situation here. We're 2 hours away from the camping spot. Seriously, we are deep inside Mordor. Hello there, little Nazgul. What's up, bro? In these situations in Greece, we say, I cannot see my dick. This is exactly what's going on right now. After a near-death experience, we just found out that there is no more uphill. Woohoo! Every bone of my body is in pain, but I'm so full of endorphins and dopamine that it doesn't really matter. Update from the hike. The minute we arrived, it started raining, so we had to make our home fast, get in, eat, and rest. Our tent, fire, other tent.
As you can obviously see, it was so cloudy and windy that I couldn't actually film anything. But my friend Borja, who went there 2 days later, gave me this footage of Fuego.
Madre mía, flipante lo que estoy viendo.
It's just beyond words.
Mira eso. Puta que esto no graba bien.
The only thing I have more is this clip from the summit the next day.
Made it to the top, still alive! And this is how we actually survived. It was by far the most difficult hike I've ever done in my life until now, but I would happily do it again. The feeling of sitting next to the fire at night with other people watching the eruptions of Fuego just cannot be put into words. It is the perfect example that if you want to enjoy something in life, you just have to work for it. That being said, like this video, share it with your friends, smash that red subscribe button, and I hope that will help you hike one of the world's most spectacular volcanoes. Be well and see you next time!